This is Alex, Paul and Jess, a team of hustlers who have one aim: to make you, the public, part with your hard-earned cash. In this series, the hustlers will attempt to pull off some of their toughest scams yet, and to do so, they'll appear as you've never seen them before. This is The Real Hustle Undercover. After hundreds of scams, the hustlers face the real problem of recognition, so they've had to come up with new ways of keeping their identity secret, enabling them to keep pulling off daring cons. The hustlers have assembled numerous disguises and created various characters, all designed to get the job of cheating you out of your money done. On tonight's show, the hustlers give charity a bad name.
Did you notice the speed signs here?
Alex and Paul become a driver's worst nightmare.
Can I step out of the car, please?
Oh,
and Amelia Fox takes on her most difficult role yet.
it's horrible.
All the people on this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so that you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams. This is a charity fundraising event. Over 200 people have gathered in the name of a local charity, eager to donate money and enjoy themselves in the process. But when people are out to have a good time and give their money away, unfortunately for them, a hustler is never too far away. This is the charity banquet scam. A classic way to raise money at an event like this is a raffle. And tonight is no different. The three lucky winners step up to collect their prizes, and everyone seems happy. But let's take a closer look at those prize winners. Third prize, an MP3 player and a bottle of champagne, went to this guy. Nothing fishy there. But if the second prize winner looked familiar, that's because, under that disguise, was Paul. And the first prize? That went to another familiar face. Alex. The boys are on a winning streak tonight, but that shouldn't come as a big surprise, because the person reading out the winning numbers was Jess.
Thank you.
Once the raffle's over, the hustlers hot-foot it to the back exit. But did they really come here tonight just to claim a couple of raffle prizes? Of course not. They're leaving the building with over £1,000 in cash. To find out how they got it, we need to go back to the start of the evening. Jess had advertised herself as a charity events coordinator and had been hired by the event organisers to carry out the raffle. The perfect front for an undercover operation.
My name's Susie Windle and work for charitable organisations nationwide. The third prize...
First, Jess whets the crowd's appetite by revealing the fantastic prizes.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Right, the tickets are £10 each. There's 20 tickets in each booklet.
The raffle tickets were £10 a pop. And to make it easy for people to buy them, Jess went from table to table.
Hi guys, would you like to buy any raffle tickets this evening? Three tickets.
The chance to win a fantastic raffle prize and give to a good cause at the same time was too good for most guests to turn down.
Thank you very much, thank you.
So it wasn't long before every table had bought tickets. Jess collected over £1,000 and left the guests to carry on enjoying themselves. But what about her helpers? The furry pig and the cuddly panda weren't quite as innocent as they seemed. In fact, they were Alex the pig and Paul the panda, and they were here to help Jess fleece the crowd. Not only did the costumes hide their identities, but they also buttered up the partygoers enough to willingly hand over their cash. But the hustlers weren't home and dry. Of course, the amazing prizes that had tempted the guests into forking out so much money were fake. So to get away with the money, the hustlers had to win the prizes themselves. But someone in the room full of people was bound to recognise them. So while Jess counted the cash, Alex and Paul got ready for the final stage of the scam. Posing as guests, Alex and Paul infiltrated the room. Just before Jess came back in to carry out the raffle draw. Then when it came to the star prizes, Jess simply called out the numbers of 2 tickets she'd palmed earlier, which corresponded to the ones held by Alex and Paul, making them the lucky winners. So, not only was all their money in the hands of the hustlers, but the marks had coughed up for prizes that never existed in the first place. We asked the guy who collected third prize to show us what he'd won. An empty box for an MP3 player, and
Yeah, a bottle of water. I was believed to have won a bottle of champagne, but it's a bottle of water.
so how did some of the other guests react when we told them they'd been conned?
When I heard that it was £10 a ticket, I was just like, £10 a ticket.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot.
But
That's why we
obviously
went
because
half.
it was part of a charity, I was just like, oh, you know, it's £5 each.
Well, I hope people who are actually organizing might be feeling sick about it. Are you with me?
When a bogus charity works like this, they're stealing from the people giving them money, but they're also stealing from the people who should, in fact, benefit. Obviously, the psychology is simple. Everybody does want to help a charity to some degree. And by putting up a front like this, they can collect thousands, even hundreds of thousands of pounds over a short period of time.
When outsourcing work to companies, you should always make sure that you check their credentials first. And if you are raising money for a charity, then it's always best to go through the official sources, or you could just do it yourself.
How's it going? I'm in.
The life of a hustler is considered glamorous by some, so who better to put them right than a celebrity? Each week, Alex, Jess and Paul take a well-known personality and put them in the shoes of a hustler. They give you the inside track and learn the harsh realities of just how it feels to con the public.
As soon as you see him walk away like that.
I felt so awful afterwards.
Oh, I hate myself now.
This is the Celebrity Hustle. This week's celebrity is actress Emilia Fox, star of Silent Witness, The Pianist and Dorian Gray.
I don't like doing anything which upsets other people, and I'm scared that this is going to upset someone more than anything. I know that feeling when you think that you've lost something in your bag, or you've lost your wallet or your keys, or you think someone's nicked them, and you just feel that horrible physical sickness, and I'm a bit worried about making someone feel like that.
It's time for Emilia to meet the hustlers and find out what kind of scam they've lined up for her.
What you're going to be doing is you're going to be walking down the street, you're going to be bumping into somebody, you're then going to be dropping a package that we're going to be providing for you. You're then going to claim that whatever was in it was very valuable. You can make up a story, and then you're going to get that person to pay you for it. But what they don't know is that it's actually just broken glass.
So Emilia is about to attempt the melon drop, a classic street hustle. Carrying a box, the hustler bumps into a mark on purpose, then blames them for smashing the expensive vase contained in it. They then con the mark into paying for the damage.
But I don't have to blame them. You were aggressive.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Their
You had
fault.
nothing to do. They walked into you. It's not your fault, it's their fault.
Emilia's worst fears have come true. She'll certainly have to upset someone.
What we're doing is we're engineering a situation that they're not expecting, and then you're manipulating them psychologically into feeling
What
responsible.
if they just walk off?
Well, stop them.
You're going to have to stop them. It's just like an acting part. You're going to get into character.
So Emilia doesn't fancy her new role as a hustler,
I feel sick.
Enjoy it.
but she can't delay it any longer. She heads off with Alex and Paul to a carefully chosen location for the hit. It's a busy street, full of expensive boutiques and restaurants. Just the kind of place you might bump into a passerby with plenty of cash to spare. Talking on her phone as a decoy, Amelia takes up position outside one of the shops.
I'm going to go and sit up there.
Great.
Alex is going to act as her accomplice and select a suitable looking mark.
Good luck.
He positions himself at a table outside a nearby cafe. Paul does likewise. He'll be close enough to intervene if anything goes badly wrong. But otherwise, Amelia's on her own. This scam may sound simple, but it takes split-second timing and nerves of steel to pull off successfully. And although Amelia knows the script, this scenario is for real, so she must be ready to improvise. With the three of them in position, the only element missing now is a mark. Once Alex spots someone, Amelia will find out if she's got what it takes. Cue Amelia.
Yeah, I will. Oh no, I'm gonna do it when I get back to the office. I promise I will. No, I will. I said that I will. Oh, for sake, that's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God, I'm gonna call you back. Oh. Oh my God. Hell. Oh. Hell.
Don't sound very well.
Don't.
Sorry.
Clearly upset, Amelia's already got the guy on the back foot.
What was it?
It was a vase that I just got from Harvey Nichols just now. I just got this from my God for his wife's anniversary tonight.
I didn't mean to, you know what I mean? I don't go around.
No, it's like partly my fault. I should have been more careful. I just don't know what to do.
I feel such a git. I feel really bad.
Sorry, it's put you in your real position.
She's got him hooked into believing the story, but it's not sympathy she's after, it's money.
I haven't got any cash on me to get him. I'll get fired for this.
How much did it cost?
60 quid.
60 quid.
I feel sick.
Now she's established the amount, Amelia needs to go in for the kill.
What am I going to do? Can you lend me the money and I'll get it back to you? I'll write down your address and everything. You got any money on you and I'll get it back to you.
She's devised a convincing way to get the mark to cough up.
What's your name?
My name's Tony.
Tony.
She takes his name and number and promises to pay him back.
You're lucky.
I'll call you.
60 quid, right?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really, really grateful and I'll get it back to you.
Okay, right.
Thanks so much.
You can get the same one and
Yeah,
get it right.
I'll get it right back to you. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Tony.
She's done it. The mark walks away £60 worse off, but feeling he's done a good deed. But what of our hustler?
It's horrible. I felt I was really after when he gave that £60, I was really in shock. He gave all of it and was expecting me to call and give it back.
Well, it's just how it happened really, really fast. I mean, I saw the box, I felt really bad, and then before I knew it, you know, to do the right thing and be a good guy, I had to buy her a new vase. So literally, without thinking, I'm handing over the money within 30 seconds, 50 seconds, something like that.
I feel really guilty. I do. It makes me want to cry. I feel really, really... I can't believe that people con people and don't go home feeling awful.
Still to come, Alex and Paul drive these motorists to despair.
Do you see the sign? Because I can see it from here.
And it's panic stations at Waterloo.
Did like a yellow work jacket thing on, so I assumed you worked here.
For this scam, the hustlers have selected a busy park, an ideal location for what they have planned. They are there to uphold the law, which some unsuspecting motorists are about to find out. This is the speeding fine scam.
Ooh.
And it's not long before they find their first offender.
Just hold it right there. Can I just switch the engine off? Did you notice the speed signs here? Did you notice the speed sign here? There's one just there. It says 10 miles an hour. And you've been clocked doing?
17.
17. Can I step out of the car, please?
And they're not the only ones.
Do you know what speed you were doing? 10 mile an hour? Okay. My colleague has just clocked you there.
14.
14.
It was
Back
just
down.
before you reached the speed bump there, when you were passing that lady in a pram. So
I'm afraid I'm going to have to write you up.
Speeding is a serious offence. There'll be no swaying these traffic cops.
yes,
There is a
still
speed limit.
in the
There's
park.
children, there's animals, there's wildlife, and you're breaking what is clearly a 10 mile an hour speed limit. Do you see the sign? Because I can see it from here.
Having pointed out the speed signs to the motorists and the recordings on the speed gun, the hustlers explain the situation.
You understand this is on the spot fine, you can pay it now. If you don't want to pay it now, then we can refer it directly to the police. They'll charge you a higher fine and they'll put 3 points on your licence. Well, it's a £50 fine, sir, so it's up to you. If you wish to contest it, we refer it directly to the police. And almost 100% of the time, it's a 3 points on your licence. No.
I'll read everything. Otherwise I would.
Is there any way to appeal once you pay or no?
People do appeal, but you have been doing 7 miles over the speed limit in a park with, again,
That's
with
over
children and animals.
50% of the speed limit. If you were doing 11, if you were doing 12,
Yeah, we wouldn't give you a
we'd
ticket.
slap your wrist and let you off. But you're almost doing double. And it is clearly posted.
And just in case the marks are in two minds about paying, the hustlers give them some food for thought.
The squirrel population is way down because they keep getting hit by cars.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you have a young nephew or something?
No.
No? Yeah. Would you like it if they came to the park, got knocked down by a car, and then you find out that actually a lot of people have been speeding, but they've been letting them off?
So you're telling me you've never actually let anybody slide there, no?
That's not how it works, sir.
Letting them off.
The marks are faced with the dilemma of a court appearance and 3 points on their licence, or paying a fine on the spot. For most people, it's a no-brainer. The very guilty-feeling marks pay up. Luckily for one, he has a friend on hand to bail him out.
That is your receipt there. It says they're £50.
Take care. Drive safe, please. All right, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
After 10 minutes as traffic cops, the hustlers have raked in over £100 in cash and head off to find another location to work the scam. But in truth, the unfortunate marks should have taken the option of appeal, because had they turned up any earlier, there would have been no hustlers and not a speeding sign in sight.
You had to talk about squirrels, didn't you?
An hour earlier, the suited hustlers donned fluorescent jackets and hats, transforming them into traffic cops. They stuck a few signs up on the adjacent lampposts, and with a speed gun in hand, a car park was transformed into a speed trap.
I wasn't really paying too much attention to what speed I was going. I was only doing driving in first gear.
I'm just really annoyed, to be honest, because £60.
They had a gun, which made them look legit. They had the police hats, they had name tags. It was like, you've got two options. You can either go to court and get 3 points on your licence, or you can pay me 50 quid an hour and be done with it.
You don't want to argue, you just want to pay and cooperate and be polite and not be rude in case they decide to take it further for not cooperating.
I was just a little bit worried about the whole situation and wanted to get away from them as soon as possible, really.
The use of the uniforms and signs and a speed gun in this scenario make the whole thing really plausible for the mark. Also, with the threat of an even greater fine if they don't pay immediately, the mark is encouraged to pay there and then on the spot.
On-the-spot fines for traffic offences such as these are very, very rare. You usually get notice and you have some time to pay the fine. And if you're suspicious about anything like this, check ID. Don't rely on a uniform and a hat.
We all enjoy a night on the town. And a good night becomes a great one when it doesn't cost a penny.
Here's the challenge.
The hustlers are going to show you how to win drinks off your mates by using proposition bets.
Double, I buy a double.
Yeah, alright.
The prop bet makes you believe you're onto a sure thing, but of course the hustlers always have the edge, so you don't stand a chance. So watch and learn. Alex is out in a Brighton bar to see if he can win some free drinks.
Right, it's for a round of drinks. It's very simple. All you've got to do is get the spoon into the cup. Alright, you can use the fork. You can't actually hold the fork. The fork has to be on the table as well.
And
you're allowed to touch it, but you can't pick it up off the table.
So the bet is to get the spoon into the mug by using the fork. But you're not allowed to pick up anything on the table.
you try first.
You are picking up the fork. I'll show you. Do you want to try?
Go on, try.
Try as they might, it doesn't look like they're going to do it.
Let me show you, because we'll be here all night. Look. Ready? For a round of drinks.
No, I don't believe you.
Alright, look. Spoon starts there. Ashley, move aside.
Oh no, this is obvious.
Catherine, you might want to protect yourself.
I'm just gonna bag it.
Ready?
That's what I was...
Alex places the spoon against the mug and the fork next to it in a line. Then it's a simple bang on the fork, flipping the spoon into the mug.
Do you want to have a go?
Yeah, go on. Go on, Catherine. Do it.
It's always easier when you know how. Welcome to Waterloo Station in London, the busiest railway terminal in Europe, handling a colossal 150 million passengers a year. Most people passing through here have bags and suitcases full of valuables and important personal information. Just the kind of things a hustler would give their right arm for, or in this case, their right leg. For this scam, Jess is a wheelchair-bound traveller, Paul a helpful station employee, and Alex in his wig and baseball cap is hoping to blend into the crowd. This is one good turn. First, the hustlers split up. Alex takes up position beside this information board and busy row of self-service ticket machines. Enter Paul and Jess. They need to be on hand when Alex gives them a signal. A big crowd of people like this means rich pickings for hustlers, but it also presents countless dangers. Alex is the eyes and ears of the operation. It's his job to keep watch, and crucially, to identify a mark. Although the station is crammed with people, the hustlers must bide their time and wait for the right mark to come along. Alex spots an ideal candidate and communicates to Paul that the scam is on.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sure he'll look after us.
I'll watch this.
Thank you. So I think I just pulled a muscle off from him. I can't get my arm out of it. Thank you very much. Just to say, I'm just wanting one of these. Do you pass it on with these as well, please? I want you to get to these. I don't know which one. Just add it that one there. Oh, you little star. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The mark only turned her back for a moment, but that was all it took. Her bags and the guy looking after them are gone. And by now, Alex is just another traveller in the crowd, heading for the exit with his luggage. This steal was all about finding the right mark and split-second timing from all three hustlers. Taking his cue from Paul and Jess, Alex changed position, moving behind the mark. As soon as they moved just towards the board, Alex stepped in to take the bags and headed straight for the adjacent exit. And by the time the mark had realised her bags were gone, Paul had disappeared behind the ticket machines. Her luggage had seemingly vanished into thin air. Of course, the girl with the broken leg that she so kindly helped didn't see a thing. The mark has no reason to disbelieve Jess or connect her with the theft of her bags. Distraught, she's left to explain to her friend how a simple good deed for a fellow traveller has resulted in her handbag and suitcase being stolen.
This woman came over in a wheelchair and she said, "Could you wheel me over there?" And the man in the yellow jacket was standing in front of me, so I said to him, "Is it okay if I leave my suitcase here because I know of the bomb scare, you're not allowed to?" He said, "Yeah, I'll look after it for you." So I wheeled her from here to there, turned back around and my suitcase and brown handbag's gone missing. I was literally like 30 seconds, if not that. I assumed he worked here because he had like a yellow work jacket thing or like a bright colour one, so I assumed he worked here.
This is a classic distraction steal. Who's not going to want to help a lady in a wheelchair? Also, we have Paul in the high-vis jacket, who reassures the mark that there's somebody who's official looking around, so no one's going to try and steal their bags.
Thieves will try anything to take your attention off of your belongings. So this type of scam is actually very, very common under many different guises. But no matter what the situation, never allow yourself to be separated from your bags.
In this instance, by all means help people, but make sure you look after your property. Leaving bags unattended is a security risk. And secondly, they're an easy target for thieves.